Black souls, black souls. They touring the black souls. Black souls. Black souls. They touring the black souls. Black souls. Black souls. They touring the black souls.
Hey, what up?
Hola.
How y'all doing?
We are back.
Welcome to Black Sauce Podcast. I am April Nicole, A.Nicole. I'm on Instagram. My handle is Nikki's Thoughts.
I'm Eden, aka I'm just Eden.
Minus
That
El
was simple
Cash.
on the internet.
Right.
Is that true?
What's you?
I am El Cash.
El Cash.
Thank you.
And this is Patrick, Big Daddy Africa BDA.
Big Daddy Africa.
Daddy Africa, that's something new.
The Mandingo tribe.
Into who?
It's always the skinny ones that be like big
Right,
something.
big something.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Anyway,
Let that
so
man live.
how was your week, everyone?
It was cool.
What did you do, Ashanti?
I worked and napped. and
Oh, okay.
tried to get my life.
Oh,
It was cool, though.
okay.
It was cool.
What about you, Eden?
It was pretty chill. I think, you know what happened after I talked about this on my podcast show for a little bit, but after like we all parted ways after the show last week, I went to the fashion center in
Okay.
Pentagon, whatever, and I got totally disrespected by this little young teenage boy who looks like he's part of One Direction.
The white boy?
Yeah, man.
Why?
And
What
I had to
happened?
threaten him.
You had to threaten him.
Yeah, I'm like, everything that happens to me, you're not there.
I need to be there. She always has the wrong friend there. She needs me there.
What did you
I'm
threaten
always
them with?
Yeah, I was by myself because I went to the NYX store so I can get me some makeup, right?
Oh, okay.
And because there's only 2 NYX stores that are close to us, and they're both in Virginia. And I was trying to. He was outside the door, and he had 2 of his little friends with him. And I was walking in. I was trying to walk in. He was like, "Hey, yo, what's up, baby girl?" But the way he said it was like, I felt you were trying to be funny, and he
Right.
looked like someone straight up out of like Annapolis or somewhere, like, "Oh, don't touch me," or "My dad's gonna sue you." So I was just like, I'm just gonna let him leave and try to ignore him and walk in. And then he goes like, hey yo, I'm trying to talk to you, baby girl, baby. And that's when I was just like, you know what? Now I feel like I'm disrespected. So
Right.
I turned to him and I said, who the fuck you think you're talking to?
There you go.
And so then he was just like, oh no, ma. Like, and I'm like, you don't even talk
no,
like
ma.
I just
Right.
knew he was just, you don't even talk like that.
Black people
So
don't even say ma no more, bruh.
right, that's what I'm saying. So then he was just like, no, ma, it's not. I'm just trying to get to know you. And I was just like, I will fuck, and because I always carry a knife in my purse, and I was like, I will fucking stab you. I know. I was very emotional, and that's like the first place I went to.
Right. We need her to start carrying a gun in her purse. We're working on
I'm
that.
about to say,
We're working on that. Working
What
on that
happened to pepper
permanent.
spray? Or punching it.
That's right.
Punching
But
in the
I was
Adam
We
just
know
Sandler.
you keep a gun in your
You
purse.
know,
Long story short, I just told him, like, don't be disrespecting
I call it that
me,
calculator.
you know?
The problem solver.
Did he apologize? He apologized?
No, he didn't apologize, but I just said, don't you ever in your life disrespect me or disrespect another black woman. I was like, you think this shit is funny, but I'm like, you gonna catch the wrong fucking one. And it's gonna be like those viral videos where it's like, oh, let me go
World
into the
star.
hood and do some shit.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
you know,
Oh no,
like,
that shit's
that's-
funny though. When they get to chasing their ass, that's
Yeah, until
the
they
most
get
hilarious.
shot
Yeah.
for real, and then it's
That's
the other
true.
person. Then it's our fault because
Right.
they want to come in and target us because they think it's funny. And
Eden
yeah,
is
so
on her
that's it.
Maxine Waters.
I'm reclaiming my
Reclaiming
time.
So she did her Maxine Waters rant. But welcome to today's show. We will be, and I'm also working on saying work with me. So today's show will be on being black and navigating in white spaces. and how to remain healthy while doing so.
Surfboard dude.
And we will also be
I'm so sorry.
we will also be talking about why she do some nigga shit. We're also going to be talking about giving black, what do we want to call them? Public figures passes. Because I'm sick and tired of
When
it.
they doing
Me
fuck
too.
When they
shit.
do be doing fuck shit.
Ray Lewis.
Oh,
Man, his
I'm sick and tired of
thick
it.
ass.
We going down the line. So we're gonna go into the first topic, which will be being black and navigating in white spaces. Does anybody want to tell me their experience?
I live it every single day that I go to work because I work in a news station and it is a special type of hell, especially these past 5 years that I have been there because of all of the headlines that have happened. I think my first, I like to call it my first nigga wake up call was when the Trayvon Martin thing happened, and just, you know, when you're in a news station, you work with different people who come from different areas and they also have different beliefs. And we are taught that we are supposed to be on camera is just we're supposed to be a natural, neutral party, you know, but like the conversations that we do have off camera can get very, very heated. And I know like my coworkers, ever since the whole Trayvon Martin, they don't ask me anything when it comes to race because I will set it off, because I have set it off. But it's you have to find a balance. I've always struggled with it, just doing my line of work and being in media, especially when you're in news media, because at one point I get so desensitized that, you know, people will be like, oh, did you hear about such and such who died? And I'm just like, it's like water rolling off a duck's back, because
Right.
I hear it every single day. And if I were to be emotionally attached to every story, I wouldn't get my job done. Like I was working in like without giving too much away, because y'all still won't know which one I work for, but in my area I work in Baltimore, and I was literally there when they were like, when black folks had enough and were like, we're about to burn this motherfucker down. And like a whole lot of my coworkers were like, I can't believe they're doing this to our city. And I was sitting up here like, I was wondering what took them so damn long. That's just, you know, and that's honestly how I felt, you know. I had to really step back, and especially how you preach about sisterhood is so important, and finding certain people in your life that you can talk to, because they have different perspectives and things that can keep you afloat, especially like spiritually, because working there, I have had some deep, dark thoughts, and I can't read our social media, even though I am a creative content producer, because you'll see it when you see like live racism, especially in comment section, and then you work for an organization like it's terrible.
Right.
It's terrible. It's a
Well, does your station try to filter the racist comments? Do they have someone to go in and clean it up? Or do they just
We have someone in digital who's definitely trying to hide. You know, they'll hide the comments and hide the comments. But I just wish, like, if we're at an age, I feel like people respond more if you like address it. You know, and just say, hey, we're not here for, you know, the negativity and bigotry. And I respond more, and I like companies more if I at them, or I respond to them if they respond back to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, so people are really paying attention, not just a block and just pass.
Right.
That's just how I feel about it.
Ashanti?
I'm not in too many white spaces.
Oh.
DC's becoming a white space though.
It is.
Latte City, right? That's what I was
I
reading.
don't know about that latte city stuff. But I remember the first time I seen a bunch of white people in the Safeway on New York Avenue. It was like roaches. I don't even know where the fuck they came from. They was
Just
looking at me
turned on
like
the
I
lights.
belong there. I'm like, they do it now. Like you on the train and stuff like that. They in your neighborhoods. They in Southeast now. I'm sorry, y'all. They out here. They walking their dogs and shit. If they start running in your neighborhoods, it's over. I just want you to know that. But yeah, it's strange. We supposed to go to Princeton. I did not go
Right.
for the very reason that I was not ready. I wasn't ready. I got to be around my people.
So I'm gonna tell a story. It's me and Ashanti met in high school. So I was the bougie black girl, and he
Wearing
was
fur coats and shit.
wearing fur coats. Yes, I was the bougie black girl, and Ashanti was just like the basketballer, just peasant. Just
Why I had to be a peasant though?
like what are you doing around here?
I was cold with that rock though.
But one day I got, because I'm really smart, and I've learned that Ashanti was as well. I got an invitation for Princeton, to be recruited by Princeton for college, and I showed up and he showed up, and I'm looking at him like, what the hell you doing here? And he looking at me like, what the fuck you doing here? And it was like we were in a space where it was some black children, but they weren't black. They just looked it,
They had black skin.
They were kind of
Carlton.
yeah. So
Maybe worse than Carlton,
we
right?
bonded over making fun, and like we were like the only real black kids, there.
It was the only niggas in attendance.
We were. But I was there with my motherfucking fur coat, my clutch.
Look at that.
So we ended up going to different colleges, or whatever. But so that's how me and Ashanti became really good best friends. It's just bonding over that. So, Patrick, have you navigated in white spaces before?
All my life.
All
Let's
my
hear
life
it.
I had to fight.
Right, literally.
I came in there like I'm the HNIC. I did not care because that's how my father raised me to kind of operate. Being in New York is very clear. The haves and the have-nots. You get on the train, they look at you like, are you gonna either move or you gonna get up and give me the seat? For a good period of time for academics, I was in at the University of Missouri. That was when Eric Gardner got choked out, and that was a whole different experience.
Choked out?
Was that
Choke my man to death.
Yeah, he got choked. They murdered him.
Choked to death.
Yeah, they murdered him. Yeah, choked
I
to
know
death.
they murdered him, but they got choked out.
Yeah, he got choked
basically
out. That's what it
Yeah.
was. That's what happened.
You
And then,
right, you
I
right.
went upstate New York, SUNY Canton. Something happened to me over there. I'm not going to talk about it because it's terribly embarrassing.
Okay.
But what I came to the conclusion is that when it comes to pure hate of navigating in white spaces, because I'm not going to navigate. I'm going to turn on that engine, release the brake, and just drive on through you. I mean, they operate in two extremes. One extreme is they have twisted ideologies, and the other extreme is the sad belief of this type of righteous premise. And that's it. There's nothing else to it. And I mean, before they used to mask it, but now it's straight out there. So.
Right.
I don't know if they was really masking.
Yeah, I don't think they were masking it at
I
all.
mean, it's a lot more
The
blatant
reason-
now.
The reason why I say they mask it, because like if you go into a PhD program, right, they will use you and use you and use you until they find out like, oh my goodness, this person is actually smarter than what we thought. Or, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, well, let me see if she went through this. When you have to do your dissertation process and everything like that, they try to come for you.
Oh,
As it-
yes.
See what I'm talking about? So they
Yes.
mask it until it's no longer them in the mix.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Got to
So-
send out them emails per my previous email
Right,
that I sent.
right. And, you need
And
to
keep that
CC.
paper trail
Right,
just
you
to
do.
keep your ass covered.
You do.
Yeah.
But they know how smart you are. They steal everything from us. They're the biggest players on
fact.
the planet. Like,
That's a fact.
That is facts.
But yeah.
I deal with it all the time. Since I can remember. I don't know about you all, but I know that a lot of times they don't really see me until they hear my accolades. Then it's, let me see what you're about. But if I'm just looked at as just like a regular black girl or whatever, it's like I'm invisible to them. But when you start adding on, what I've done and, what I've accomplished and things, then it's now let me give you some sort of attention. And I don't like that. If me walking in here how I am does not catch your fancy, then we ain't got shit to talk about.
Right.
And then on top of that, I am very revolutionary in not just what I wear, y'all should be watching this live so you can get a load of what the hell I got on today. Because I'm killing these bitches.
This is Black
Crime
Sauce
scene.
product too. This is a Black Sauce product.
Right. Patrick is wearing a Black Sauce shirt, Never Been Civil, Never Had Rights, that I wrote. Eden is wearing another Black Sauce shirt, Won't She Do It?
This makes black people uncomfortable at my job.
Good. Because that's what I make my products to be uncomfortable. And I'm wearing the Revolutionary jacket. So you're going to be uncomfortable anyway.
Yeah.
If it's not my tattoos, if it's not my clothes, if it's not, the Ankara prints that I wear, kente cloth, things like that, you just gonna be uncomfortable around me. So I'm not going to be navigating through your space. You navigating through mine.
I noticed that the navigations though, it's like how you have the good roads and then you have the bad roads. But even in the good roads, you can't speed up too much because there's a camera. And then there's the bad roads, you got potholes, so you got to kind of dodge it a little bit and stuff like that. Even in navigating in white spaces, it's like you have different type of navigators, I guess, in there. Like there'll be that person that will be like, hey, what's up, dude? Or they'll try to greet you in your cultural greeting. Or like if you're in a meeting and I remember one meeting I was at, this guy was explaining to the whole department, which was a majority of blacks in there, the difference between a landlord and a leasee. I had to stop him dead in his tracks because to me it was insulting, and nobody else said anything about it. But that's our second part of the conversation about blacks giving passes. That's very minor compared to what I know you're going to talk about. But,
I understand. Well, do you think that being black and in America or wherever you are, do you think that there's pressure on you or you're obligated to explain or to kind of extinguish the fire of how people look at you and what does your pro-blackness mean or what do you being proud of who you are means to kind of make them feel more at peace or make them feel more comfortable with interacting with you?
I mean, you gotta assimilate, especially as a black man. Like I'm over 6 feet, over 200 pounds. I got tattoos, I got dreads. I gotta try to soften it up. Like I used to wear these personality glasses to try to make me look a little more soft.
Here we go.
Like,
I'm not doing that. I'm not
shit though, because they
I can't.
threaten as soon as they see me. Black people are threatening as soon as me. It's ridiculous.
But
So
that's
white
their
people-
problem. That's
Right.
their problem.
It
It's not-
is. That
it's
is their
not
problem.
our
But
own.
even just navigating in the professional world, like
Right.
you have to assimilate them. And I hate it. Like ties and all that. I'm not really.
Right.
I go to work
that
just like this.
But
Right.
like I was wearing suits, I was wearing ties or whatever. They looking at my hair. I hate motherfuckers that want to touch your hair. Is that real?
Oh
Yeah,
my
don't
gosh.
touch my hair.
Stop letting these white folks touch your
How
hair.
you deal with that?
Don't touch me, bro. Like
Right.
they've been doing that since I was
Yeah,
like,
I
a
tell
little
don't touch
kid.
my
Like,
hair.
Yo,
Yeah.
You don't violate anybody's personal space that way. Like don't.
Yeah.
Can I just rub my fingers through your hair? Absolutely not. Don't touch me.
where do you
Absolutely
think
not.
that comes from?
Because they
They got
don't know
this
what's
twisted.
they're fascinated by black people. They're fascinated by your hair, your skin, the way the tattoos show up on your skin, your muscle structure, your athleticism. They're fascinated by they don't care about us. They
Shout
love
out
our
to Get
culture
Out.
though. They're fascinated by us. You know what I mean? Like we're exotic to them.
But even all right, go ahead with the question. I don't want to.
It's kind of like the movie Get Out.
Oh boy, here we go.
No, seriously. You know
I
how
knew
they
it was
were
coming.
like, you know how they were coming up on him and they're like, oh, is the myth true? And, you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
feeling all up on him and everything. I think it's the same thing. You know, I think that it took how they touch our hair and things like that and put it to a broader spectrum. But that's how they think. A lot of non-Black Americans think that way.
I be at work. I think I've gotten to a point, and then thank goodness for the people that I've come in contact with who have made me like unapologetically who I am, just to the point where I have said a whole bunch of shit at work that I'm surprised I haven't got fired yet. But they're like so used to my shit, and I have made it possible because I want to talk about race. Like I think there was a story a couple months ago, and I was teasing it, and I was talking to the afternoon producer, and it was about like this woman, and there was a big outrage because she like beat her child or whatever. And then I was like, oh, So the woman's black. And like the producer was like, oh, why would you say that? Like no one was thinking that. And I was just like, y'all are making a big deal about it. Yeah, of course. I'm like, that's the first thing that people are going to read. Like, is this woman black or white? Like, this is what it is. Yeah. And from that, I have, I'm always the one, which I'm like, and I don't want to be like the resident Negro, but then at the same time, like I have a whole bunch of like the black talent who can't say a whole lot because they are the face of the station, but they're always just like, oh girl, I'm so happy that you said that. Or and we have these discussions to the point where, and I'm happy about it, that these I have some good colleagues now that have gone on to different stations. One, shout out to JLA that's in Arlington, but one of my boys, he's on the digital side, and he will always hit me up and be like, hey, if I word it this way, does this sound like fucked up? And explain to me why, you know?
Yeah.
And then he'll just be like, okay, so what is the difference between this and that when it comes to in terms of black women, which I appreciate, because some people will just write some shit and just keep it moving. But it's through, I feel like a lot of white people are very scared to ask these questions, and I'd rather you ask the questions, especially when we're in a an industry of information giving, than to give wrong information. Because if you would take the time out to get it right for your white counterparts, then I feel like you need to take the time to get it right for us.
You know what? I think I'm gonna just keep it straight. I think the white people that are of pure hate, where they get it fucked up is that they encourage the perspective of discrediting a black man or a black woman for anything that is in the school of thought of rational thinking or free thinking. And once they see that, because it's this whole, you know, one for all and all for one and one for all. I don't believe in that tribalistic dumb shit, because my history is not your history.
Right.
You know, and I think that's where they, you know, like you said, they're so curious about it and stuff like that. If you want to be curious about some shit, go and study your own history. I mean, you got the Jamestown's flood. You got King Leopold II. You got the Manhattan Project. Black people wasn't leading these charges. It was white people.
They know their history. They know their history.
I was just about to say that.
We don't know our fucking history. That's the problem.
They know it,
But
right?
why, if they know it, why are you coming asking me questions? Why are you so fascinated about what I'm doing? Even they are miseducated. Like,
yeah,
the old motherfuckers, they
Right.
like they know what's up.
Right.
The white people are miseducated too.
I don't even see it as education. I see it as they were well trained.
Right.
And
But they were trained in the way that they say you train your child in the way you want them
Right.
to go.
I see what you mean.
yeah.
They were miseducated. They're never going to tell their children, oh, no, well, black people really invented that and black people did it. They're not going to tell you how great you are. They're not going to tell their kids how great you are. They see it. They buying the tickets to the shows. They buying the tickets to the games. They wearing all the apparel, all that. They're obsessed with our culture, period.
Okay.
Oh, this is a
So
good
I
question.
have Concord. You talking about Concord?
Yep.
So she's asking, is it possible to be candid about race with white people? They need a remedial education. They don't know basic shit. It's frustrating to have conversations about race with them. They need to read on their own first. What do you think?
I'm candid as fuck.
You-
I'm sorry. I was just, this made
You're
me
candid?
think, huh?
You're candid.
I'm very direct. Like, as we were in a meeting, there's this charity, it was called Walk in Her Shoes, about domestic violence, and they wanted to do a promo, and they wanted the men to walk around in red high heel shoes on camera, right? What? So of course there were two white guys who did it, and then they got my homeboy, who is a noob, who is from Atlanta and Brooklyn, and he was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Right.
We're in the meeting. They couldn't figure out why, like, I don't understand why such and such want to do it. And I was like, look here, he doesn't want to do it because the emasculation of black men
Exactly.
throughout
Period.
history.
Right.
And I was like,
Period.
he will not
Black
do
man.
it. I was like, this is a man who was standing in his truth. You get him doing cold case files all the time. You get him down in West Baltimore, and he's talking about this person died, this person died. The last thing he's going to do, and you're ever going to see him do, is put on some red heels. He is all for supporting women of domestic abuse, but he will not be walking around in red heels, and that's just what it is. And they were like, I didn't think it was like, I'm like, of course you didn't.
How
but
could you
like
not
history,
think- come on,
because they're
That's
not
some shit.
thinking. I mean, because in that time and present, it's just like, I think from my own experience, and I don't be thinking about anybody else.
Right.
And that's just what it is. And it's just like, and in those times is when you have to be straight up like, y'all motherfuckers have a history of being evil as fuck, which I've also said at work, which I can't believe I still got a job. But I mean, sometimes you just got to be as blunt with it, and that's just what it is.
But some of them, they naive as fuck. Some of them, they really are. Like, I told her, right, they don't even know that they have privilege. They don't know what the fuck white privilege is. They don't understand.
Anytime I see
they're
it,
walking in a whole. Have you ever just walked down the street with
Right.
white people on the street? They're in a whole fucking different world than you are. Y'all
Right.
walking down the same street.
anytime
They
I
don't
see
have the same
yo,
concerns
that's
that you have, so
crazy.
they can't see it through your lens. They can't. You know what I mean? So having a conversation with them, some of them really actually don't know. Now you do have those motherfuckers that do know.
I don't care.
You know what
And
I
don't
mean?
care.
And they don't care because
Yo,
they benefit from
Because
the
I was
shit.
just about to say it's beneficial. So why should I say anything about it?
Shout out to the brother that Eden just talked about. I don't know where he at, what
Yes,
he doing, but
he was
shout
like,
out to
these
you,
is
man.
not motherfucking
Oh
bloody
my
shoes.
God, yeah, you will love
Man,
him.
I walk around them
When you see
goddamn
him on
red
camera,
heels.
you be like, "That's my brother."
These is red bottoms. These is bloody shoes. So, is there any type of advice that you can give to our black brothers and sisters when it comes to navigating through spaces?
We need to create our own shit, honestly. Like,
But you know what? Every time we
That's
create
the-
our own shit, it gets demolished.
They gonna try it, but you got to keep creating
Keep
your own
creating
shit.
it.
Like
Weeksville.
that whole integration shit was the worst shit we could have ever done.
Yep.
You know, we still
I
out
agree.
here fighting for acceptance from some people. You're never gonna get a seat at that table, right? It's
Right.
not gonna happen.
Right.
You know,
And
they
it
don't
doesn't
want to
matter
see
how
you in a
much you can.
situation of power. They don't want
Right.
to see you in a position of power. Period. They want to make money off you. You're to be subservient. You know what I mean? Like that's-
My Muslim brother taught me a very useful word. I think, and I might say it wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it's called ikra. Read the stuff is out there.
Is that what it's called?
It read.
My
When he
brother
broke
said
it
take a
down to
picture.
me, he said, "Read. The information is out there. You can find out how to do." Yo, when we were driving earlier, we saw a brother out there selling them Final Call newspapers.
Yes, we did.
He ain't struggling.
No.
So anytime I see somebody out there with their hand, I'm like, nah. Go read, find
Yeah.
out how to apply it, and then you'll be all right. But the advice that I have for all my brothers and sisters out there is be smart. Smart means specific, measurable, attainable, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Define it for yourself, and then keep it moving. Don't navigate, just move.
and
And
don't let
I-
nobody tell you what the hell is realistic. Like
Right.
Exactly. Make it real for you.
And stop feeling like you gotta explain shit. That's
Yeah.
1, 2, and
Yo,
3.
talk
I'm
about it.
pro-black and don't nothing else follow.
Could you ring that bell, please?
My bad.
I hate when people say, "Oh, I'm pro-black, but that doesn't mean." "Oh, I'm pro-black, but this don't mean this." You don't have to do that. I don't have to rock you to sleep with a lullaby on why I am pro me and people who look like me.
But guess what?
And I'm not
other
gonna
race
do it.
Does that shit? Nobody else.
Nobody else does that.
Sits
Nobody
there
says
and
I'm
does
pro
Nope.
Jew, Mexican pride, this, that, and the third, and they have to explain themselves. So
Nope.
you stop doing it.
No, when you ever seen them explaining the Holocaust, why we feel the way we feel about the Holocaust? You never seen a Jew do that?
No,
But
So
they
fall
also
back.
got paid
I
for
just-
that shit though.
they did. They got reparations.
Yeah.
They did.
Then
We
I
ain't get
think
paid
I
for
think we
nothing.
have an issue of, and I saw this morning. I try and like stay off of social media just so I can connect with people on the weekend. But I did fuck up, and my girl Honey Williams, shout out to her in the UK.
Shout out, Honey.
She runs this thing called Contemporary Natural Hair on Facebook that's really popular. But she posted a video. I don't know if you saw in Canada, this Sikh guy was running for like a seat, I think, some
Oh, yeah,
government
yeah, yeah.
seat,
Mm-hmm.
and
that
this
white lady was in his
ignorant
face.
lady came up and was like, she was anti-Muslim and talking about Sharia law, and it's like, homegirl, Sikhism and Islam are two different
Two
religions.
different things.
And he was, in the spirit of just being like, having good spirituality and good energy and vibes around it, he was just like, you know what, how we combat hate is just by saying for love, we love you and blah blah blah. And then she made a good point. She said white people don't have to make everybody else feel comfortable, but people of color always make white people feel comfortable.
Yeah, and why?
And
I
it
hate
was
that.
We have to pass.
I hate that. I hate that when I see posts. Yes, I'm pro-black, but this doesn't mean, or when I see people go back and forth on their posts that they write about their black pride or anything, and some troll or whoever wants to come in, and you're actually defending your post. Why? Block them and keep it fucking moving.
Because black people are scared now, bro. Like the U.S. government literally stepped in and stomped out the Black Power movement. Literally.
Yeah, but
where all the Black Panthers at? They dead or in jail, my nigga. Assad is still in Cuba. She can't come back. You feel me? Like they make people scared. Black people used to love ourselves. We used to love each other. Now they got us at each other's throats, and we scared, and we trying to pacify white people, pacify us. Nobody else does this shit.
I think when anybody's scared or fearful, it's either you lack something or there's an absence of something. And I think when you find a black person that's scared to talk about, like how Nikki said, to talk about what they mean, one, it's you have an absence of a system of values, and also an absence of a comprehension of your values. If you don't have a strong system, they will, Steve Harvey, sway you any which way they like.
We gonna get to
when
to
you
him.
when you don't know how to comprehend your values, Michael Vick, you end up saying some wild shit. It's like throwing dog shit on the wall and see what sticks. So you just can be noticed, not knowing that you're throwing something that stinks and is disgusting on yourself.
Right.
So
Right.
But
Understood.
any more solutions for navigating in white spaces?
Asada still remains number one on
Shout out to
America's
Asada Shakur.
on America's
I
Most
love
Wanted,
Asada.
and why?
She's dope.
Why?
That was the whole setup, though, man. But they got black people scared to be proud of themselves.
And
man.
don't be.
No, not at all.
Don't be. For what?
We got your back.
Now, my brothers, y'all need to speak to each other going down the street. All this mugging each other for no reason, man. Say what's up.
Yo, that walk be switching up like.
But you
now
the same
harder.
thing. But the same thing with the sisters. Stop saying you don't know where you got that dress from, and you know you got it from Rainbow. Stop saying that you don't know where you got. You don't know where you got this or that. But stop trying to separate yourself. Like stop trying to divide and do their job for them. Because basically that's what you're doing.
Go to Curl Fest next year.
Yeah.
But how many of y'all know about COINTELPRO? Because there's a lot of black people who have
That don't
absolutely
know
no
about
knowledge about that.
COINTELPRO.
I'll be very honest.
Go look it up.
I don't know. All right.
It was a government program.
Come
bruh.
on, best friend.
It was a government program. The Panthers was on that list. The Black Nationalists, all of them, they were on that list, right? So if you were against the war, the hippies were on that list too. So if you were against the war, you were pro-black. The government was coming after you. Fred Hampton got murdered in his house by the police. They went in there with submachines.
Because he was on
He
that.
got
shot the whole thing
assassinated.
up.
Okay, I think they
You know
just
what I mean?
mentioned that on Snowfall, which I love that show now.
So
They did.
That's what I was
Okay.
just like, because I was like, why is this not familiar?
So
Yeah.
on that
COINTELPRO.
list?
go look up
It was
COINTELPRO. like,
J. Edgar Hoover's baby. And
Okay.
destroying
I know you know about Black Wall
communism.
Street.
Right.
Where they bombed the
Right.
a very prominent black community. Like
Right.
every time we build some shit up, the government steps in. It's not regular white folks on the street. It's the government, the U.S.
Right.
government, who is over top of all of this.
Right.
They break it down.
I had an opportunity to actually walk through one of those areas. It was called
Move 6.
What was it?
My brother's writing stuff
Wheatsville, like
on
James Woods.
paper. Like tell them about the gun line boss.
No, everybody need to go look up COINTELPRO.
Yeah, everybody
go
needs
look
to.
that up. Man.
That's our assignment for the week. Book reports.
There's been a war on black folk from day one. So why are you sitting here scared to navigate? Why are you sitting here? There's a war on you for a reason. Something's in you that you got that they are afraid of. So that should be the end all be all right there. That should give you that power, and that should give you that hold your head to the sky right then and there. I know I'm the prototype.
And I know y'all saying high learning. You remember the speech the white boy gave when he was talking about how black people they train for this. They in the hood killing each other, so we got to get our arms up. We ain't stop killing each other. All them guns y'all got, y'all need to protect y'all neighborhoods. Build the hood up. Stop trying to move out to the suburbs. And white people trying to move in the inner city.
Hold up.
Because it's convenient.
Wait a minute, because I live in the suburbs.
Get out the sticks, bro.
Me
Get out the
too.
sticks.
You get more bang for your buck when you're buying a house.
We need to stand
so we're
together
gonna
though, man.
we do. So we're gonna start with the standing together when it comes to having our black figures own up to the fuck shit that they do. We're gonna take our first break and we're gonna come back.
Black souls. Black, 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 black souls. They touring the black souls. Black souls. Black souls. They touring the black souls. Black souls. Black, black, souls. They touring the black souls. Black souls. They touring the black souls. Black souls. Black souls. They touring the black souls. Black souls. Black souls. They touring the black souls.
And we're back.
Yes,
All right.
Return.
So you wanted to shout out somebody?
My man Larry Johnson, grandmama. Look,
Grandma.
Larry Johnson been talking real shit since '94. Listen to him. He told the NBA players we need our own league. They have still yet to listen. You know what I mean? Even when it came out that the racist NBA owner from the Clippers, he calling y'all niggas behind y'all back. They're owners, you're slaves. I think Farrakhan said it the other day. He was like, our black athletes and entertainers, they need to stop being rich slaves because they're making all the revenue off your back. They're making billions. You're making millions. You're paid well, but you control the product, really.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Shut
we have
up,
all the
man.
power and we don't even know
We
it.
don't use it.
Craig Hodges too. Craig Hodges was popping.
Oh, yeah, from the Bulls. Yeah.
So
But
we're
they
going
bad, man.
we're going to get
They
into
fucked
our
over Craig
next
Hodges.
topic, which is giving black public figure celebrities passes when they do nigga shit or fuck shit. So I got a list of them, but you know.
Oh boy.
I know, like, which one you want to talk about? Ray Lewis,
Well-
Floyd Mayweather.
Well, but first let me ask this
Floyd?
question.
Floyd.
Yeah,
Wait
he
a
was
minute
beating on
before
his
y'all
girl.
start. I knew it was coming.
He beat that white boy ass, though. Thank you, Floyd.
Before we start, do you think that we give our celebs and our public figures passes?
Some of them. I mean, on social media, they be getting dragged a lot of the times.
But why do you think that we forgive them and continue to support them, even if we drag them?
Black. We still gonna support our people regardless. Now, you gotta be checked on your shit regardless. Like, your friends, if you don't check your friends for the dumb shit that they do, you ain't friends for real. I'm gonna drag you, I'm gonna let you know, but you still gonna be my man at the end of the day. We still gotta stand with our people. We can't disown them. But if you doing dumb shit, you gotta be called out for it.
Now, when
Like,
you
all y'all still not supporting Kaepernick, y'all some bums. Bums.
so what would be to support Kaepernick? What give me the your 10-point program?
Listen, the majority of the NFL are black players.
Oh, I took
If they show they don't give a fuck about you, sit your ass down for a game or two. Or y'all can sit down on the national anthem. That's nothing. That's not gonna cost you no money. It's not gonna cost you nothing. They're not gonna suspend everybody. Chill. Sit your ass down. What you pledging allegiance to?
To what flag?
What anthem you singing for? That shit ain't about you.
It's not about you.
Oh, sit your ass down. What you standing up for? All them talking about is how I feel about the flag. How that flag feel about you? Because guaranteed, them police pull you over. They don't care about you being a professional athlete or none of that. They'll put a bullet in your ass ASAP.
It's just like, what's the one who just got who had got the knee in the back after the fight? What's his name? Bennett? What's the last name?
Oh, from the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But he said it. He sat down.
Huh?
That's why they did it to
He
him.
said it out.
He protested. That's why they did it to him.
I mean, I don't no disrespect, and it's not disrespect to Kaepernick, but I appreciate what Kaepernick is doing. However, I can't get caught up in the physical body of the person that's doing it. If it was Malcolm X, great. If it was Martin Luther King, great. If it was Kaepernick, great. I gotta stick to the message. So it's not for me supporting him or not supporting him, or supporting her or not supporting her. It's my duty to be inspired by that individual and keep it moving, keep it pushing. How can I push the message even further? You know, can I do it through academia? Can I do it through media? Can I be like a Harry Belafonte in my own right? You know, and just be inspired by these individuals. Don't get caught up by, like, they try to limit what Kaepernick is doing to his hair. It's not about his hair. And it, like how we were talking earlier about there's white people that, you know, they just can't truly rationalize what's going on. They don't rationalize it because they get caught up in the person and not the message.
I don't think it's that. I think that we try to make them more dunce than they are. I think that a lot of times they know, but they feign ignorance.
Yeah.
You know, especially when being proud of self and knowing who the fuck you are and what you come from, and knowing that your history exceeds slavery, and knowing that you are great, and knowing that you are a prototype that everybody is out here trying to suction the fuck out of. When you know that puts fear into them, because they're already afraid of us. So I'm afraid of you just looking at you. But now you're talking that knowledge yourself shit. Now you know what you're talking about. Now you're powerful. Now you're a movement. Then it's, oh shit. And it's like sometimes they get stuck on what to say or what to do, and it may translate to us as, oh, they just don't know. They know. They know. Just like we have grown up knowing this, seeing this, being subjected to this, so have they. They haven't been in a cave somewhere or in a I don't know, shit, name it. They haven't been there, right? You know, they haven't been protected somewhere, and they don't see the same shit that we see. No, don't tell me that you don't know what the fuck I go through, because you see it just like I see it.
Yeah, you don't say anything.
And you don't say anything.
Yep.
So the minute I say something, you got a problem with it. It's like, how dare you be uncomfortable?
Well, most people don't want to be confronted with their actions, though. You know what I mean? So it's gonna make you uncomfortable if you say, "Hey, you know this shit going on. You're not gonna say nothing." They don't have to experience that shit. Why would I say something?
Right. I got shit like, wait, I was growing up and my siblings getting their ass whooped. They ain't got shit to do with me. Who? I'm going outside. I'm gonna play. I ain't got a motherfucking thing to do with me. So, but back to this topic. Who do you think who's a black a celeb that we've given the most passes to?
Cosby. Like,
Bill?
I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, I love the fact that he was like a comedic genius who brought other black men together, who showcased a family that wasn't in the hood, that was educated, that showed a different side of the black family. But let's be real, he was on Larry King and specifically said, I put Spanish flies in women's drinks, and this is how you get them to do what you want them to do. And as a woman, that is a crime against women. And I am offended by that, and I can't stand by anybody who would respect and protect another man who would harm another woman. And it's also said that there was 22 black women too, even if you don't sit up there and be like, oh, well, you know, all these white women come out the gate and blah, blah, blah. There was 22 black women who stood up prior to all these allegations that just happened like a few years ago. And I hate when men sit up here and say shit and talk about why are they just coming out now. If you have never been the victim of sexual assault, if you have never talked to a victim of sexual assault, you know, I know for a fact that the dynamic in your head, there's a whole bunch of shit that, there's a lot of guilt that it's like, oh, I put myself in that position, or nobody's going to believe me, or, I mean, just the fear of it all. And I just, that's one man right there that is just like, no matter what he does, yes, those accolades were dope, but as a whole, you're a trash-ass human being.
Jesus.
You are. For harming women, period.
Bell, please.
Table 3 motherfucking pickup.
Is what it is.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you another person. R. Kelly.
Ara Kelly.
Y'all are some simp ass motherfuckers for stepping in the name of the love in 2017.
It's still a dope ass song though.
But you know what? Right. Because
I'm not co-signing.
You ain't gotta fuck with R. Kelly, but the song is
right.
dope though.
Because when let me turn this back on me. When these allegations came out of him kidnapping the young lady or the young ladies or whatever, and people want to talk about how old was she?
18.
She was 18. Why do they say that women are grown at 18 and men at 21? I don't like that. First of all,
Where that came
from?
What study?
You never heard of that?
Men are grown at 21.
Yeah, that women at 18.
Who said it?
And let me look it up for you.
Yeah.
Even in the comment
Because you know you
section,
still get adult charges at 18.
People talking
Yeah.
about, oh, was she grown?
Right, she's not grown. She's a child. She's a child, and like I was telling people, I'm not even on this shit. I haven't even been able to look at this because I'm still fucked up about him sexually assaulting, and that's what I'm going to call it, a 13-year-old on film, allegedly, because he was let go, allegedly.
But that was
For
him,
court
though.
purposes.
You saw the video.
Right. I'm still upset about him marrying a 15-year-old Aaliyah.
That's
Even
true.
though I will always say
true.
he produced the fuck out of At Your Best, You Are Love. That's one of my songs. But that's my jam.
Stop giving the passes.
I told
Giving
you.
the
The
passes.
bells
song
that they
is
do.
dope, though. You ain't gotta fuck with him, but the music was like that.
Yeah.
What note
I like
was
the
that?
bells.
What note was that you just?
Anyway,
Jeez.
so and it was really what I found to be very disgusting was a lot of men with daughters was like, oh no, you know, that's still my man's, that's still my this. Why does your fucking daughter have to be peed on at 13 before you get the fucking message? Does your daughter have to be married at 15 before you get the fucking message? She's not human unless she's related to you. And I don't like that when it comes to us holding these black figures accountable for what they say, especially when it comes to things that they do against women. Because it's not personal until a woman in your family has been dealing with it or a woman in your family has been fucked up by it. And I hate that. Table 3. I don't like that. And I hate when men do that. I hate when women do that. And I had a lot of women say, well, I mean, I was 15 being picked up by a grown man in high school. You was being sexually assaulted as well. Y'all getting quiet on me?
No, I'm
Is this a Dr. Blissett moment? I'ma take it. You was being sexually assaulted as well, and it's sad that you don't see that. You know, you were a victim too, and you should see this in this little girl, these little girls who he's messing with, and you should be disgusted, and you should not want anything to do with that. I don't want shit to do with that. I had to get rid of the At Your Best, You Are Love, but I don't want shit to do with that.
No.
I'm out.
No.
You got anything to say about that, black man?
Spotlight's on you.
I mean, I'm serious.
What you looking? Oh, look into the camera.
Oh,
That's what
I
you
was
telling
looking
me.
at the screen. You right. My bad. Yeah, give me a tight zoom.
Oh, here
You
we
men
go.
out there with these daughters, you women out there who've been through this shit, or you got daughters and you giving these fucking pedophiles fucking passes, you're dead wrong.
Yep.
You're dead wrong, and you are perpetuating the criminal activity, and you are adding to the criminal recidivism. Yes, I'm using motherfucking dissertation.
Recidivism.
Ring that bell,
terms.
please. Ring
You
that bell.
are
$10 word.
you are fueling the criminal recidivism of these motherfuckers, and you're dead wrong. And I ain't giving you no passes. And if you say some shit like that in my circle, I'ma eat your ass up.
Pass the ball to me, please.
So what about the
Pass.
parents? Like I'm not even going after R. Kelly. Where the fuck are your parents at? I got a daughter of my own.
Where's whose parents at?
Where are their parents at?
Where-
Why you not keeping your kids? Like my daughter knows.
So one thing that I
And she
Because
knows.
every daughter does not have. I'm going to tell you, I grew up without my father, and you know that. We are not all fortunate to have men in our family.
and that with that
And that is where community comes from. That's where you, as a man with a daughter, comes and says, "Nah, that's fucked up." Because that could be my little girl.
And that's
now,
where-
and if they ask you why we did it,
Oh, here
y'all
we
in the motherfucking corner talking about y'all did it for fucking love. Why?
Go back to what you just said though.
What did I say
Community.
about community? It's community, and we
Which
gotta
goes back
stop
to our
giving
first point.
passes.
you know where
Where the fuck is the black community at?
It's
You right?
we are rebuilding.
Well, I'm
it,
here,
though.
goddammit.
We are rebuilding it though. I'll say that. And also
Where?
another. Look at me for example. I'm supposed to be tutoring children in math. Sometimes I'm doing more than math. I'm doing English. I'm doing history. I'm doing chemistry. All this nonsense. And then on top of it, I'm doing personal development. That's why we put on the Black Source Enrichment page
Yeah.
that now it's not only
Oh, that's great.
tutoring, but it's also
That's great.
personal development. Then you got male teachers in the classroom now. You got people like Donald that's taking young men. That, you know, he just meets through work. That's his mission. Actually, it's not even his work. That's his mission.
But it's got to be more of it. Like, how many of us can call it? Look, I need you to watch my kids so I can go to work. You know what I mean? Like, you should be able to do that in the
call
black
me.
community. You can leave your kids over your neighbor's house and not have to worry
Yeah.
about shit. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
wait a minute. You did have to worry about shit because later shit came out of what the fuck was going on at the house. But that's another
Nothing
situation.
happened to me at my
You
neighbor's
know,
house.
we're from another situation.
I want to address something you said earlier. In terms of, you don't, if you have, you said if you have a daughter, you should be concerned about. I had to actually check myself. It's not because I have sisters and a mom that I should be concerned about women, being raped or things like that. She's a human.
She's a person.
being,
Right.
for crying out
And
loud.
what I'm gonna need y'all to worry about, y'all, everybody worry about their daughters. I love my daughter, but y'all need to be looking after y'all damn sons too.
Well, I said daughters because I was talking about R. Kelly.
No, I feel
Right,
it.
But
but
you know,
in
of
that
course,
light.
it's the young boys
You
as
know,
well.
It's not seen as sexual molestation when this older woman, this young boy is getting his rocks off with her.
Right.
It's the same fucking
Right.
thing. Like, watch your sons, keep your sons close too. It's not just your baby girls.
Who you not giving a pass to? Which black celebrity you not giving a pass to?
I mean, I don't give anybody a fucking pass. Period. I don't give a fuck if you're a celebrity or not. You know what I mean? Fuck shit is fuck shit. But I'm also not in the business of being judgmental because people are human. I got my own fuck ups to account for. I ain't really got
fuck Ray
time to
Lewis.
be counting
I'm
yours.
judging.
Ray Lewis is a blockhead. You know what I mean? He still got a close relationship with the Baltimore Ravens owner. He's trying to.
He ain't
secure
hung
that
up them
bag.
tap dancing shoes yet.
Not
Nah,
at all.
'cause
Y'all
still
got
trying
a few. Y'all got a few more dances out
And
of
a
him.
blatant ass liar. A blatant ass liar. I'm
Because
sorry.
that check still coming.
I don't watch
That check
football.
still coming. That's why he's doing it.
I don't watch football, but I do know for a fact if Brent Grimes can have a damn job and he's married to Miko Grimes, who got him fired from the Dolphins on purpose, there is no fucking way Kaepernick shouldn't be having
But
a
listen
job
to
as a-
everybody that's defending this shit. They all have a check on the line.
They do.
They all got a check on the line. When you go to work and you trying to shut the fuck up, it's because you got a check on the line. This is still slavery. Okay? You can't get paid. You can't eat. You can't do the things you need to do. So that check is what's gonna keep you in line. Shut the fuck up.
I don't think
and
it's so much the
dance.
check. I think that you may be thinking about it as a check from your point of view. I'm thinking about it as a power point of view because Kaepernick might be getting a check or whoever might else be getting a check, but you got how many more African American? I don't even like that word African American because I don't believe in it. You got other Black American men on the team who can also take a knee or do what the fuck they need to do
And why they
for
not doing
uniformity. That's what I have the issue with because it's not
all
a
about-
check. They have the power and the privilege to make shit move.
They don't even know that. The only way that they can affect the NFL is if they do sit down because the NFL cannot bring any revenue in without them.
Exactly.
But they think about their check. They think about their families. All I'm saying is they telling you blatantly, I got a family to take care of. They trying to get that check to keep coming in. They worried about losing their endorsements, shit like that. But those companies can't make any money without you. There's a reason you have a fucking endorsement deal.
Exactly.
I do
The
feel like
NFL
we've
can't
all
make
been
any money off
sat
merchandise or
down.
anything without you. There's a reason for that shit, but they not looking at it like that. They feel like they have the power because that's who's signing them checks.
Right. What were you gonna say, Eden?
No, I'm just saying. I do think if all of them, collectively just sat down and was just like, fuck it. It's just like you have no game, you have no season, and it's gonna be hard for y'all. Like they can't fill like every single team within like what a few weeks. To
Not
play
with
some
talented
football?
players,
No,
like-
not talented players.
But
Nah.
you got to hit them where it counts. White people care about one thing. That's their pockets. Period.
Okay.
You know, they got you out here like that too. Everybody talking about chasing the bag and shit like that. Take care of your fucking family. That's
Chase
number
that
one.
bag, huh?
That's number one. Support your neighbors. Take care of each other. If we all out here on our own chasing an individual bag instead of taking care of each other, you know, the music industry, we run that shit too. They can't make no money without you.
Right.
But nobody's decided to walk away from it.
Y'all niggas still taking advances, huh?
Hey, they take they.
You know who I'm not giving passes to?
Who you not giving passes to?
We actually had this conversation. I'm gonna take it from you, but because I grew up in it. But I'm not giving passes to black pastors.
Or the black church.
Yep. Oh,
Look,
you
I'm
know
not.
what? Something just
See, now
evoked-
Patrick
Sorry.
was like, I didn't want to touch on. I said, oh, you know I'm going to touch on that shit. Fuck everybody and what they going through. I'm going to touch on it.
Bow your heads and close your eyes. Nah, not anymore.
So, yeah. So,
All
y'all,
these 3-4 offerings and shit.
Can't.
Right.
Y'all ain't put a goddamn doorknob on the church yet.
They did. And when you're behind on your mortgage or you're behind on your rent, they looking at you like, what?
Pray about it.
Right.
Not even that.
Right.
What you need to do is sow a seed.
Right. They asking for more money.
What's how many seeds I'm going to be sowing and then there's no trees growing?
But that's
I'm the fool.
That's the whole thing about the black community. The black community used to take care of itself.
Right.
There is no more of that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like the NFL, that is a community.
But do you know how deep the passes for black pastors go? You want to call the name out that you had called earlier?
Oh,
You know-
Eddie Long. Let's
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about your
Could you
ass.
ring the bell, please?
Yeah,
That
I got a
tight-ass
personal
shirt on.
one too.
No, you not resting in peace today, bro.
No,
Let's
no,
talk
no.
about you.
Yeah.
He did some fuck shit.
You did some real fuck shit, and you,
fuck
like you
shit.
brung up, it's not just girls, it's
And
boys,
harmed young boys.
young boys. And I am a mother of a 10-year-old. You did some fuck shit, some real messed up. Oh, I'm supposed to be looking over here. You did some real messed up stuff. What was the other?
I would like to point out the name.
Creflo Dollar.
Oh,
Yeah, you and them Jets, sir. You and them Jets. You wasn't right for that.
I ain't seen him take that congregation.
I would like to
yet.
talk about a local one who has been in my
boy.
vicinity.
Tell them about the
and
gun line.
Oh
Used
boy.
to be on a show that was in my news station and came in my face, and I was like, I think you are trash. That's my favorite word to say.
You told him
I was
to
like,
his
I
face?
think you're a crook. Yeah, I was like, I didn't say trash because my GM was saying it right there, but I did say you were a crook. And his name is Pastor Jamal Bryant of Baltimore.
Oh,
He just exuded like sliminess. Like I just had to like
Just had gack
lather
all on
my
them.
hands with just like disinfectant.
You wasn't-
And I'm
you
like, I
was
think
sweating?
he's just a trash human being. Everything that he
So what is
preaches.
so trashy about him?
I just think that like one with everything that I saw that he was preaching, because one of my coworkers like swore by him, and I'm like, he has like a Bentley Phantom pulled up, and then I think something had happened with the church with money, and I'm like, well, all that money that he got, because I think he has 2 Superdome churches
Oh,
in
wow.
Baltimore or something
Wow.
like that. And then in terms of just how you're supposed to live by the Bible or whatever, and he had all these kids out the woodlot, which I was just like, it doesn't that defeat. Like,
Did you say the
whole-
woodlock?
Yeah.
Not new word
We
of
got
the day.
we got 1 minute left.
Need black people to stop swearing by the Bible. Period. Like
I mean, if it's a good book, it's a real good book.
that shit's been rewritten. Who the fuck authorized the New Testament? Like
King James,
it's-
you
it's
ain't know?
that shit's not for you, bro. Like
Take the truth out
your
of it.
master gave you that book.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
He
think
gave
about
it
that
to you
shit.
in one
And
hand
all
with
the
a
stories
Persian in the
Bible
other.
are fucking stolen.
Yeah, but there's always
They're all plagiarized.
in
Every
everything.
single one
But
of
you
them.
know what?
That's a whole
That
nother
that
story.
is a topic that we can talk about.
That's true.
But we got to wrap this up.
All right.
So I'm signing off. You can catch me at Nikki's Thoughts on Instagram, and you can catch us at Black Sauce Podcast. You want to say where you can catch you at?
Oh, you can catch me at I'm Just Eating or Lady Parts with the Z podcast.
Yes.
You can catch me on the motherfucking block. Okay.
Word. Shoot. Meet me up in Brooklyn. Buy a nigga some lunch or something, you know. We take donations.
Yes. We like to type the jiggles. We prefer to type the folds. If you log on to www.blacksaucepodcast.com and you want to donate to us, we are on the first page. You can donate whatever you like via PayPal, your credit card, whatever you want to use, and help us stay in tune and connected and plugged in with y'all.
Take debit, EBT, and all that.
But I am on Instagram at Cocos_Dad2319. That's KOKOS_DAD 2319. Shout out my baby Coco. I love you, boo.
Hey, Cole.
Later, Coco.
Salute.